Hey, what's going on everybody? It's Nate with 7 Run Aquatics, and today I'm coming at you with a little bit different style of a video, with more of a vlog style than a how-to or tutorial style. So if you can't tell, I'm actually driving, and hence the reason I'm not looking at the camera. But today I figured it'd be pretty cool if we do this, because we're gonna do the second episode of how to build a fish room. So right now I'm on my way to pick up my paycheck, and we're gonna go to a couple places and pick up a few things. I gotta get some cinder blocks to finish the fry tank stand, and then we also have to go get some filters and stuff like that. I think I have enough heaters at home to finish the fish room. I kind of just acquire those from nowhere somehow. But anyway, yeah, guys, stick around. It's gonna be a pretty fun day. My cousin's coming over. He's gonna help us build the fish room, and yeah, let's see where it goes. Alright guys, so we're at the fish store. That's my work. You can probably see a little bit of it behind you. My coworker's out front, and they're probably gonna give me a ton of shit for doing a vlog today. So I may or may not film once I'm inside, but we're gonna go ahead and go in. We're gonna get some probably Aquaclear 30s and maybe some other stuff, maybe some sponge filters, so we'll have to see how it goes. But yeah, let's go ahead and go inside. Alright guys, we're back in the car. Didn't really want to film in the store. I'm thinking about doing a tour of the store though one day, and just, you know, giving up the goat and doing it in front of my coworkers. So let me know in the comments if that's something you want to see. But we got some goodies. We got 2 deep blue sponge filters for the fry tanks. We've already got a couple sponge filters at home that we could put in there also. And then we got the Aquaclear 30s in there. Actually, I went with the 20s. Didn't get paid as much as I hoped. So, you know, Aquaclear 20s are really good. I've got them on the 15. They're up to 20 gallons, which is what I have. I'm also going to be running sponge filters in the adult tanks and the breeding tanks, so it should be enough filtration. I was really hoping to overfilter with the 30 Aquaclear 30s. But you know, I think it'll turn out all right. So now we're gonna go and head off to Home Depot to get some cinder blocks and probably some Plastidip for the Plastidips for the back of the tanks, so that way it looks good and we don't see the wires behind everything. And the cinder blocks obviously to finish the fry tank stand. So I'll hit you up in a little bit. Alright guys, we just got out of Home Depot. We got some cinder blocks, Plastidip, and I picked up a bag of play sand that we're going to rinse when we get back to the house to put into the fry tanks. So everything's shaping up to be really good. It's going to be a really fun day, like I said. So I'll hit you guys back up when I get to the house and we start getting to work. Okay, so we're back at home. We got the cinder blocks, we've got wood, we've got a little can of Plastidip. Move the 10 gallons over here so we don't break them while we're setting up the stand. Showed you guys before, but we got the filters and all that good stuff in there. Probably just going to fast forward the building of the stand, and then we'll go into more detail later. Just real quick, a good strategy just in case your cinder blocks are uneven. This one's pretty good on the top, but on the bottom it's not so good. You can align them up like that, and then just kind of push them back and forth, and that gets out all the nicks and stuff that's going to make your stand uneven. Okay guys, we're going to start Plastidip in the tanks. I got 1 can, so hopefully that's enough. But what you want to do, shake your can real good, make sure it's all mixed up. Normally I would tape off the sides, but this is just going to be the back of the tank and no one's really going to see the sides of the tank. But we're just going to go ahead and about 6 inches, 5 inches off the top of the acrylic or glass, and you're just going to start spraying very evenly and at a medium pace. So like this. You don't have to get it all at once either. You might have to come back with a second coat, but that's alright. Just go down here one more time. And across one more time. Okay. Alright, so we're back. We got the Plastidip on all the tanks. It looks really good. Got the 10-gallon stand all built up. We still have to Plastidip the back of that bottom 10-gallon, but it's got fish in it right now. A couple cory cats, some guppies, and my nephew's beta. So we'll deal with that one when the time comes. But I did have to make an extra trip to the fish store, my work, and we picked up some driftwood. Put it in the tank. You can't see it in the bottom tank, but there's some driftwood in there as well. Kind of look a little bare, more bare than I'd like it to be, but you know, we'll fill it out with time and stuff like that. So we're gonna go ahead and put the filters and stuff in. Probably put I don't know, a couple other items of equipment on there, and then we'll come back and check in after that. We got the moment of truth. We're filling a couple tanks up with water. So let's see how it goes. We should have water coming down right about now. So I put a cup on the end of the python just to make sure it doesn't mess up the sand too badly as it fills. And then I've also got the water coming out of the cup hitting the wood. With diamond blasting sand like this, some of it's going to float a little bit initially, it'll sink afterwards. My leaves, if they're not being held down by wood, they'll probably also float for a little while until they get waterlogged. But yeah, we'll come back when something else exciting happens. All right, we got one tank full, fully operational. Everything's in there. You can see the leaves are floating at the top. They'll sink over time, but I think it's really coming together nicely. We have the second tank, the bottom tank, filling up down here. That should be done soon. Still got to work out the lighting. We'll probably wait till next week to do that because we really just have to worry about the water right now. Probably going to take some cycled media from some of the other tanks and throw it in these filters to get everything really jump started. So we'll come back at you with something else in a minute. Alright guys, we're outside. We have got the filters installed on the 20s. We've got the heaters installed on the 20s. We have the sponge filters installed on the 10s. We don't have heaters for them yet. We're outside. We are getting the play sand that we got all clean. Right now it's absolutely filthy. Probably just gonna let the hose run on it for about 20-30 minutes or so, just so we get it nice and clear, so that way we won't cloud up our water too badly. Then we'll get the air pumps hooked up and we should be good to go for a little while. Just a little quick side note, as it turns out, I'm a superhero and I am currently smoking. That's pretty cool. Alright guys, I've made a sufficient mess for the day. I've got stuff kind of all over the place here. I've got the sand rinsing in the front yard. I'm going to let that finish up. We're going to put it in the 2 10-gallons you see to the right. And then get the filters going. Don't really think you guys want to see that much more after almost a 20-minute video. So we're going to get those running. We're going to fill them up with water. And then we're going to go and do the next video next week on, putting fish in here and getting the fry all set and stuff like that. So thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Thanks for sticking around if you're still here for the whole video. I'm Nate with 7 Run Aquatics, and I'll see you guys in the next episode on next Sunday.